You will find that mortgage litigation is the only real choice when it comes to legitimately helping homeowners in today's economic environment. By now, you should be aware that loan modifications are no longer effective. 94% of all modification requests are currently being denied. If a lender does offer a modification, it usually provides very little relief, maybe $100 a month in savings for the homeowner. Banks have no financial incentive to modify mortgages any longer. In fact, it's just the opposite. If they find that they can make more money today by foreclosing on your home instead of modifying it, you will not get the help that you need. Let's say you owe $200,000 on a loan worth maybe $150,000 in market value. The lender will factor that they can foreclose on your home and sell it for maybe $140,000 in today's market, or modify your mortgage. What they're looking at is a forecast or net present value analysis at what your property will be worth in a predetermined period of time from now, and they'll ask themselves which is better, making $140,000 today or modifying a non-performing loan, and in a year the lender might only be able to sell your house for $120,000. Just so you know, market analysts continue to predict housing values will still steadily decline in 2011. Obviously, your lender will choose foreclosure and make more money today. Banks are also dragging their feet to respond to modification requests. It takes the average lender 6 to 9 months to just review a modification request to see if it should be passed along to a negotiator. Why? They're slowing the process down in the hope that the homeowner will get frustrated, give up, and go away. Remember, the initial review stage is done by computers and it's automated for the lender. It should be an instantaneous result if they actually wanted to modify your loan. Banks also misappropriated billions of dollars that they took in the government bailout programs. All they're doing now is playing a game with homeowners and going through the semantics of the modification process with no real intent of modifying mortgages. Every bank wants updated documents, bank statements, paycheck stubs, 4506Ts, and so on. This is just another tactic that they use to discourage homeowners and make them give up and go away. There is a better way. Mortgage litigation gives the homeowner a fighting chance and lets them stand up to their lender. This is not a loan modification or a bogus forensic loan audit. This is an actual lawsuit filed against your lender in a court of law. This is an affordable solution for homeowners as well. The attorneys actually take a portion of their fee on contingency. This means the more that they get for the client, the more the law firm will make in the long run. Mortgage litigation can provide real results because the client now has law firms that will litigate in front of courts of law and juries of their peers. Remember, this is not a modification where we're asking the bank to accept less money. This takes the power away from banks because it is ultimately not their decision any longer. So you're probably asking yourself now, who qualifies for mortgage litigation? Well, just about anyone with a securitized mortgage that has originated over the last 10 years. Now that is the golden era where lenders' business practices were focused solely on making money any way that they could with very little regulation. The homeowner doesn't need a hardship. Financials aren't even considered. Remember, this is not a loan modification. The homeowner can be current on their mortgage, they can be in bankruptcy, they can be in foreclosure, they can even have multiple properties. We'll now review a synopsis of the legal process. During the evaluation phase, the client will electronically sign the agreement and will be consulted by the law firm. A securitization analysis and chain of title will be performed to gather the evidence needed to prepare the case filing. Once the file is ready, the case will be filed with the court and the lender will be notified of the action against them. Once a settlement is reached, the attorneys will carefully go over every detail with the client so they understand it and it can be executed properly. Some of the claims used against the banks include malfeasance, statutory violations, third-party beneficiary claims, phantom investors and beneficiaries, unfair business practices, MERS violations, and fraudulent foreclosure practices. We'll now review some of the possible outcomes from a successful settlement through mortgage litigation. Pre-trial settlement. So once the lawsuit has been filed, the firm will attempt to settle the client's claim through a 998 offer to compromise. What they're seeking is a sizable principal reduction and rate reduction. How this is possible is a law firm is leveraging this settlement against pleading the case in front of a jury through a jury trial. The amnesty program is when the firm will also be working on widespread legislation to provide sweeping reform to this arena. If successful, the law firm anticipates our clients to have preferential settlement options. And ultimately is a full lien strip. Now, this might only result if the lawsuit goes to trial. Remember, banks are being villainized in today's society for leading the economy into this mess. If this does go to a jury trial, banks would be hard-pressed to find a jury that would not be sympathetic to homeowners, and banks would be held accountable for the bad mortgages that were written and their unresponsiveness that they had in providing financial relief to homeowners.